Now, with so many boilies out there on the market today of various different shapes, sizes and colour, etc., I think before all of that you've got to basically look at what you're using there and make sure it's got some kind of nutritional value. It's no good firing out a load of shelf lives week in, week out on a 12-monthly program, and for you to expect the fish to come back time and time again to eat that, because they will start to realise that that has no nutritional value whatsoever to them. So I think you have to prioritise things in a slightly different way, and certainly looking at the nutritional value is what you need to put first and foremost before all of those other aspects. Now, I suppose the shape to me also is quite important. I like, first of all, a nutritional bait, and then secondly, if everyone's putting round balls in the pond, then the fish will certainly take a while to start to feed on these if you put them in any numbers. And I have found over the years that even fishing 10 or 20 baits, or whether it be 50 baits, by chopping them in half and using chops, you're certainly going to encourage the fish to feed on them a lot quicker. And I do believe that they'll feed on them with less caution as well. It's something a little bit less often used. I know from day ticket waters right up to the real high end of the carp fishing, where you're on the syndicate waters, that people will just put in the round balls because they're easy to fire out in a frying stick or a catapult, but take time to maybe just crush them and split them and catapult them out one at a time, so that when they hit the water they break and they go down to the bottom in two halves like that. And I suppose colour is something that I would look at really for my hook baits rather than my bottom baits. I mean, I quite often use a different colour hook bait or pop-up to the bottom baits that I'm using. I believe the fish will come in, they could be feeding on these baits, and if you've got 300 baits down there of this colour, in my view, they've got to eat all 300 of them baits for me to know that they've picked up my hook bait. Whereas if I put a yellow or a white bait down there, a pop-up, bottom bait, snowman, whatever, they'll be feeding on these baits and they will see your bait and they will pick it up just out of the curiosity factor. So nutritional value, shape and colour. Size is probably irrelevant. I've been on tricky waters where people use small baits, they think it's the way forwards. I'll go up there with 18 millers, put a few in and you can catch some fish. So that's my basic breakdown of those scenarios.